All right, Shalom Israel, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Al Shah, double honors to the elders of GMS. Uh, uh, Yahweh Shem Al Shah, Ola Yahweh Shem Al Shah, Wow Wadak, Wow Dak, Dash, Salakia. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Salutations to you, Akim out there that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is going to be a quick one, going into the woes of Babylon, aka America, aka modern day Rome. Okay, because we know through the prophecy that America is Babylon the Great, also is a revised Roman Empire. And we know that the Roman Empire fell through a certain thing called currency. Um, the dollar, or the money they were using back in that time, had devalued and it went into hyperinflation. A whole bunch of other things made the fall of Rome come. Now, why is this important? Because scriptures say Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. So once this thing goes down, we're going to come up, okay? Jacob, Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, who are the biblical children of Israel. So this is an article from MSN.com, what Warren Buffett says to do when the market tanks, right? Because he predicts, Warren Buffett, which is this pristine millionaire, is already predicting the future of this country, which is a tank market. The economy is going to collapse, and that's just the reality of things. And it's not going to get better. He's blowing smoke up people's asses by telling them it's going to get better. How do we know that? Because his time is up. Quick precept, Job 14:5. See, his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass, right? So he has a limited time for rulership, okay? And all kingdoms had a time. They had a pinnacle, which is the peak of their kingdom, and then they had a decline, you know, when the kingdom started to fall. And of course, it didn't fall overnight, but when it started to fall, it fell fast, okay? And that's the same thing that happened in Rome is happening in America. The military is spread too thin. Uh, Money is mainly spent on military and conquering. Um, what else? Women's right, feminism, no fault divorces. This is all things that happen in Rome that is now happening in America. Okay? So back to the article, what Warren Buffett says to do when the market tanks. Amid worries of a trade war and fears of a tech industry getting hit with regulation, the stock market kicked off April with its worst start to the second quarter since the Great Depression. Wow. So this is a heavy statement. You know, Donald Trump just put taxes on China, but China owns most of America's debt, which was a blatant attack of warfare. So everybody's starting to worry about this trade war that's going on between China and America. So after that happened and China hit this country with $3 billion in taxes, which we get most of our supplies from China because this country is a consumer-based economy and not a exporter-based economy. So we buy more things than we sell out. Okay, and anybody that does business like that is full. You're gonna run out of money, and that's the state that America's in. So it says the stock market kicked off April with its worst start to the second quarter since the Great Depression. Right, so now you're seeing a parallel between the Great Depression and now. You see, and then when the Great Depression happened, it happened overnight. People didn't know it was coming. So reading on, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 458.92 points. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 fell 2.2% and the Nasdaq Composite uh, Composite fell nearly 2.7%. Both closed in correction territory. That leaves many investors worried and wondering what to do. Right now, they're scratching their head because they don't know what to do. We're going to tell you, according to the Bible, what you're supposed to do, or at least what you should be worried about. Zephaniah 1 verse 11. How? Ye inhabitants of Maktesh. Maktesh was an ancient uh, trading place in Israel. Okay, that's where everybody came and did trade business with, i.e., today's Wall Street. Wall Street has all nations uh, trade policies there. You trade everything in the Wall Street market. So Wall Street is modern day Maktesh. So the scriptures say how, meaning how scream with pain. Ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bid silver are cut off, right? Because now the dollar is becoming worthless. We're in inflation now, but it's about to become hyperinflation, meaning you're gonna have to take loads of money to buy a loaf of bread. And if you want to know an example of that, look at what's going on in Venezuela. That is hyperinflation, and that is what we're coming into. And it could very well be this year via China's retaliation, $3 billion in taxes on China imported goods, which damn near 90% of everything we have is made in China or other places outside of this country. Everything is outsourced in this country. So I read it again, Zephaniah 1 and 11. How, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, all the merchant people are cut down, all they that build silver are cut off. And that's what's happening, you know. It said that leaves many investors worried and wondering what to do. Jump off a building. Because this place is through. You had your peak, you had your time to rule, and now it's over. You see? This is Psalms 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Verse 7. But God is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another. And now he's putting down his country. And that's just what's going on. And that's the truth of what we're saying. Okay? And it says, during times of stress and uncertainty, Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett recommends keeping a level head in response to wild market fluctuation back in 2016. He told CNBC that buy and hold is still the best strategy. He's talking about buying gold, not holding. But that's not going to help you, you know. Get a quick precept. Right. This is Proverbs 11 verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath. Right. Your money is not going to save you. Your money can't help you. Your money you can't eat your money. When there's a famine and no food on the shelves, the money can't help you. You know, when there's death around you and a plague going on, your money can't help you. So the riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Right, righteousness delivereth from death, not riches. That's just a quick, thing. I'm not gonna read much more. And this is in quotations. Don't watch the market closely. He advised those worried about their retirement savings at the time. If they're trying to buy and sell stocks and worry when they go down a little bit and think they should maybe sell them when they go up, they're not going to have a very good result, which he's lying to you. You might as well sell your stock. And those that are having retirement funds, that's actually a stock. You can buy and sell that, you see, which is pointless. And you can lose your retirement, which is going to happen to a lot of people. They're going to lose their retirement funds, the Social Security fund. You're not able to claim it now. You see? So I'm going to read two more paragraphs. Most analysts still consider this drop to be a normal correction as opposed to a sign of an incipient bear market. Though losses are unsettling after 2017, the first year in history where the S&P 500 showed gains every month. Blah, 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 blah. He tells CNBC Make It that he recommends investors rewatch their favorite Super Bowl commercial, get ice cream with their kids, and say hi to a friend they haven't spoken to in a while. Right, because this may very well be your last time. You see, and not that we should forget, the stock market had collapsed in '08, and people are still not recovering from that. It's never recovered since then. So yes, take that advice. You should go watch your favorite Super Bowl promotion, eat ice cream, and say hi to a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, because this very well be the last time you're able to do that. Because these are the times of judgment. This is the time when the Lord is going to take vengeance, and He's about to roll. Reading on, as long as you are invested appropriately for your goals, stay away from your investment portfolio. That said, if the drop does turn out to be more prolonged than expected, things get more complicated, Holman recommends that investors be sure to rebalance their portfolios when market volatility picks up. Your portfolio can get unbalanced, which means you may be taking more or less risk than you think. He also advises tax loss harvesting, a time-tested strategy that uses market loss to help save taxes, blah, 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 blah. They don't know what's going on. This place is finished, you see? So this is Revelation 12:12 for you saints out there. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So the economy will collapse, and the price of everything is about to go up. So Esau is going to come down on the people because he knows he has but a short time. But this is just a comforting scripture. Isaiah 41 verse 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Right, so we are worms, and we have no strength. But the scriptures say, fear not, thou worm Jacob, ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith Yahweh. So the Lord will help us, man. Just do the right thing, stay in the faith, watch out for these news, and stay prayed up, you see, and fast, and serve the Lord with diligence. That way he may help us, okay? So with that, so